Hi everyone, today I want to record a quick video, very quick, because this is a simple guide about my own walkthrough in this Tower of Adversity. The purpose of the guide is to help some people, especially the one I chatted with in Genshin. So let's proceed. First I wanted to try to improve some echo, so we can
power to split and merge matter.
try it, but the problem is I don't have tuners. It's a very big problem. I prepared 2 of them, but unfortunately we don't have it. But still, we barely made it to 15. But luckily for us, there are 2 bad echoes, so we can make it like this, and then we can check it. Usually, I would advise you to only use or spend 3 of this, because if you use 5 you will run out of this pretty quickly. Echoes are mostly bad, but let's see this one. As you can see, we got 1 additional, which is great, but is not designed for Cartethyia, and then we got crit rate, which is actually amazing. Oh, actually it means that we could have some decent echo. Something incredible. Very incredible. But usually we never know. This is just little lag that prevents us from knowing. Yeah, and what we see bad. Why this echo is bad? First of all, she needs HP. Oh, come on. But we can talk. HP substat. And she also needs double crit rate, which means crit rate and crit damage. This is crit mass. She needs crit mass, then she doesn't need attack, and she actually needs normal attack bonus. I will show you. And energy regen too. It's also a very important substat. In this situation, it is not good. So let's proceed to this one. But unfortunately we will have to find this one. This is bad, so we remove this one. And then we, feed it. Yeah. Then we can check by 3. And this time we got some resonance damage bonus, which is actually kinda good, but is not that great. Let's see. Very decent. But at this point you can... Yes, we cannot power up, unfortunately, but we don't need to. This echo is also bad for you, because actually she doesn't really need resonance skill damage bonus here. She needs it, but not as much as she needs HP substat given together with crit mass. Here we can see only crit damage, no HP substat, and in reality it will be similar to this one. Here we have additional and crit mass, and even some flat HP, but it's terrible actually, because I swapped to this one, and as you can see we got low, very low, it's actually minimum rolls into crit damage and crit rate, but we acquired some, I would say quite low, but still would call it average. So average HP, which is decent, and some additional, which is also great, and some extra attack, which is unfortunate. And let's check another echo to show you. And as you can see, basic attack damage bonus is actually what you need. So if you see this one together with some HP, you should know it's decent echo. So basically, just saying, this can be bad actually. And this echo is also quite good. I will keep it for crit mass, I would say. It's kinda outlier, but it's still like wrong additional. But it's still actually usable, because it doesn't really go to waste, because Cartethyia, in my opinion, does a few heavy attack, so it can amplify it. But mostly she relies on normal attack and some sort, I would say, even if it's not highlighted, I would say this is kinda useful to some extent. Then we got this one. It's pretty decent in my opinion, because it gives me HP together with crit mass, but unfortunately it doesn't give me some additional damage. So, and here it gives me additional. It looks like bad echo, but in reality it absolutely gorgeous echo, because it gives me some additional, which we love, some crit mass and HP substats, which is actually super great. And this results in pretty, I would say, pretty bad, because unfortunately here we have to trade off this crit damage in favor of HP, and maybe it's actually bad, because in other games like 10 attack, I would mean 1 crit damage is like 100 attack, so here can be something similar to that. 1 crit damage can be some sort of HP, and we just lost potential. Of course we have maxed out everything here, and she's great. Then we can look here.
The divinity may foresee the power to
of
split
course, this
and
one
match
is
matter.
signature. Quickly. So
The
basically we
divinity
have
may
his
foresee the
signature
future of the
here.
world, but I doubt they can predict which song people will
Some
play
basic
tomorrow.
echoes I never actually farmed. Like, they're somewhat okay to me. I don't question them. So basically, yeah. What I'm doing, it's quite fine. Yes, nothing wrong here. But Rover, this guy is quite different.
I will be there for everyone
First
as we
of
head
all,
toward our
there
shared
are
future,
two options here.
leaving the past
I
behind.
was told that we can use. I have this word, so I can show you this one. This is Blazing Brilliance. This is Chun-Li signature. This weapon is great, but it's not like super great. This weapon, if equipped to him, like if he were to use this one, he would be built more like a DPS. Meaning, if we put that weapon on him, he will deal more damage. But due to this by nearby resonators on the field amplified by 26, and here to 26, our main DPS Cartethyia will deal less damage, but it's very funny, because we tried the same floor with, let's actually look to our tower. So which floor, basically, which kind of floor we are talking about? We're talking about this floor in particular. This is the hardest floor for this team, absolutely hardest. And yeah, it's kinda great, it works, but we can't be fooled by numbers, because here, for example, there are no such numbers, yeah? Kinda exist, but it's not as much as here, 60% and such. Because here, as solo, she dealt something 27k like damage, and with signature 37, like decent, but here she dealt like 80k with full team, of course. And basically, if we put here, go like this, then we win pretty much easily, like no effort, because read this one. This guy, Qiuyuan, is actually beneficial. I mean, he is designed for this floor, so he'll make it easy, even though in this team she gets only 3 erosion stacks. It's still like compensated, because he does deal some damage, but he was equipped with different
Your
sets.
call.
I'm
ready.
Let's look at Rover first.
I will be there for everyone
He has this
as we head toward our shared future,
he used this
leaving
one.
the
If
past
we
behind.
have some great echoes, and like, let's check what he got. Kinda okay. probably decent super, but in reality it's like it was meant for Cartethyia. And you would be surprised, this Aero technically doesn't even help her, which is why it's not equipped on her. Here it's actually lots of additionals, like also super decent in my opinion, because of additional here and here, but lacks crit rate, which makes it quite supportish, I would say. I mean, for main DPS it ain't good, but for sub DPS it's very good. Here we have some sort of okay, and Qiuyuan use basically this one and some of this, I would say, even, or this one. Let's check what he used, because we stole a few echoes. We can see here, meaning Qiuyuan only lost one echo. He had this sword here. What was him? Let's show it. No, these were his stats. Like, it's kinda good because it still deals damage because of this, I think. But he deals very great damage in my opinion, 100k, which is quite decent. And this guy didn't really have much of a, I would
as
say.
we head toward our shared future, leaving the past
Let's
behind.
just temporarily put some random echo to him, so he just have this set, basically. So he has to be damage dealer, but not too heavy damage dealer, because we still buff our main DPS. But if we go with this sword, we must be so good here in this part that we compensate for the fact that we lose what he does.
I will be there for everyone
26, yes.
as we head
This
toward
one.
our shared
We
future,
cannot just lose it
leaving the past
for no
behind.
reason. If we do, then we have to trade it. It's called trade, like we trade. And then, of course, Yangyang, also very great. She uses this one. This is her best sword. This is very great, but I would say it's not as great as I imagine. This is super great because it lets her cycle the resonance skill and resonance liberation. Let's check her echoes. Basically, she have some quite okay echoes. This one is super good, according to my opinion, yes, because it has, to her, of course it's not, but the fact that it has like these additionals, attack and all percentage, it's quite great to have, I would say. Not amazing, but quite great. Here we have alternative echo, yes, similar to that one. As we saw before, we can even zoom and compare. It's not that a big deal. As you can see, here we had just HP, but same crit rate, crit damage, energy. But here you see that we just have additional and HP, basically even greater. But here, I would say it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Rover can keep those, I would say. No, we just have to find them, the last piece. And here, I would say. Since that echo was the terrible, we can... Oh no, this echo is great. That's why you should lock them before you commit some certain action. Unless you feed very good echoes. Like here we don't care about that one because it's HP, it was meant for Cartethyia, and since it's not good. And this is not either, but it's okay to have, basically. Yangyang had basically his echo here, but since it's replaced, she had this one. Basically good. Her stat or low, pretty decent, provided that we acquire some crit rate from the last echo and of course this one. Okay, builds are quite
I will be there for everyone
explained.
as we head toward our
I
May
still
I
like
pray
wanna
for
show
anything
some more
specific
builds
for you?
here.
It would be my
As you
honor.
can see, we have signature here. I don't wanna like speak for an hour, but basically, according to my own test that I conducted very long time ago, this is I would say most reliable weapon because it helps her to crit. But this weapon is actually crazy. It's so crazy that her damage is the biggest with this one. But the problem, she will never crit. Just saying. And this weapon it gives her lots of crit damage, but you will be laughing because damage is quite the same. And the most like reliable weapon is this one. Absolutely. The beast. The best weapon for this one. Echoes. Unfortunately, I went for crit damage. As you can see, it's very great echo in my opinion because it gives me now additionals, energy regen. It's very important and for that. But unfortunately, it's quite terrible because it's somewhat low rolls. Then we have this one, quite okay-ish. Yes, let's say. This one, too, quite. Yeah, sad. Low. But it's hard to farm them because we have to gain more stats. And here it's quite also not good, but we basically use whatever we got. It's hard to farm, very hard. This one is the most basic. You even see that I didn't tune all of these substats. You see that nothing, and it still works. Like you just go for HP, but I don't really care. You can put here whatever you just want. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter. But I put some energy regen to be like extra fast. Something. But these characters are not very built. This is simply to buff. She can use Carlotta echoes, and that sword, Blazing Prudence. And basically that's it for them. Even this guy.
I see my way clear.
Is not really built, but he is great because he can use this sword, and he is definitely gonna build. This is quite also good, extremely good, but unfortunately I don't know how to play Zhezhi, unfortunately, because she lacks her signature. She uses this one, but she ain't doing any damage because she relies on signature and the team composition, and team composition is basically shopkeeper, which I don't own, and due to that I cannot simply use this team reliably in Tower of Adversity, Hazard Tower. Basically I cannot. Galbrena is basically interesting because since here we started
Who gets the bullet? That's your
looking
call.
at additional
Never stop.
Here we don't have it yet, unfortunately. We never had it here basically, but we have it here. Absolutely, we try to replace it so that it has all of this and adds crit rate. We don't have it here, but it's like double crit, so it's good. And here we got lucky with this one, so we're happy that to some extent we're happy with that. And here it's quite old echo, we're just happy it worked because it for the first time. And she's multi-hitter, of course signature because we timed our pulse, and stats pretty okay, like, but in your reality you would go for boosting this one. Since I miss only one time, I can basically, if I get lucky, get 10 more, so it would be something 49, like 50, and then you just swap this one for crit rate, because this guy gives her crit damage up to some, I forgot which one, but he gives her some crit damage. Zhezhi echoes I didn't show, but I farmed them, so basically I glaze like this. Pretty okay, but in reality her signature gives her crit damage, which basically means this is quite great, so it will work. She just have to have shopkeeper and another.
I
About
alone
Carlotta we
will
can
decide whether
basically
it's for
do
show
whatever we
or
want,
for
but the
battle.
problem is we want additionals. Yes, additionals. And my build currently is whatever it is. Glacial damage, it was crit rate, but in reality we can have crit damage. Like this probably, to have some extra additional. But I have crit rate because unfortunately I have to crit more. Here it's bad, but I cannot get better. There's no additionals. Here it's actually decent. It's all decent. I would actually keep this one and not be bothered about this one, because it got some additional. I happy, sure, but how much time we need to get all 5 useful saps? Like, I would say month or even a year until we get lucky. So it's not going to work. She's maxed out, except him. He is not fully, but as you can see, he's like, he's ready. And also Rover wasn't fully done, but I invest. And all my Rovers, like Spectre, Havoc, I have most of these 7. Like my Spectre got all of this open, 6, 6, 6, 6. And my Havoc guy got all of this open, but 7 on this. Oh, and this is Aero. Of course, Zhezhi is the same. She's just built on whatever, just since I don't have signature in Carlotta, that's all the job. So basically,
I alone
she's
will decide
basically
whether it's for show
for it,
or
and
for
we'll
battle.
go for this one. So we'll just save it. And here we got this one. I don't know how much it's useful, so that's why I cannot judge if it helped me or not. And this one, this is what I will go for, I believe. This is plants, and let's show this one. It's empty, but if you have it, it's great. And this one also too, quite good. So this is my basically starts. Let's check teams. What was done so far, basically. The hardest was this, and then we had this. This was the hardest because this floor got Spectre resistance, and she has to punch through Spectre resistance, and her maximum damage I could see was somewhat 170 70,000, or in simple terms 170k. She didn't have signature, she had to quite struggle, and was hardest. If we swap to normal team, this becomes a piece of cake, and especially if you make him damage dealer, it will become even more easier for you to do, because he compensates for your windows. Because unfortunately we have to deal with swaps, ultra and intro skills, and to get 6 erosion we have to play him. If we don't play him, we always get free. And that another moment. The second moment is basically when we on her field can show it. So it's not like a big problem to showcase it. So I will just show a basic team. It works only when you consider the solo run. Solo run means that you don't have any teammates, just one carry. And look at this.
Such is their blessing.
You can see that after her skill, there are 2 stacks of arrows.
Oceans, bow before me.
Then we have some pretty time.
Rise and
But
crash.
the moment is you see erosions are gone.
Purge
And then
their
if you
cure.
go this, you can go this. What you just saw? You just saw that when she is in her Floideris or non-human form, it's basically damage. She deals damage but doesn't apply erosions anymore. And to help with that, she comes into play. She helps it. And if you use them as a duo, then it's guaranteed to be, I would say, free erosions, yes. But if you add him, it's 6. And this is complicated, because this time he has to be played, and this is some sort of time loss. And if you lose time between your swaps, it means you lose DPS. And you do what to increase your DPS? Correct. You realize that Cartethyia isn't really played of attack. So you build Rover to deal damage, and that fixed this floor. I will publish my walkthrough of this, so you will check it out. This floor was very hard to solo. If you want to solo it with Cartethyia and you don't have signature, then you will have to compensate in echoes so much. It's in I don't even want to comment. Basically, the idea is you have to sacrifice your time to should just play until the perfect run when she crits all the time, and her crit rate is basically 60 something, while her HP something 30 package or even 40 if you can pull it off. And then you run some Blazing Prince or Emerald of Genesis, even better, because ult uptime, Resonance Liberation. Now teams. And the second team we can use here is Cartethyia, and what we also used was basically duo. Basically we just used 2 characters here. Yes, unselect 2 characters, and it worked, even though it was quite harder. Here we used basically Cartethyia can solo it too, or her full team. It works pretty easily. Or you can solo like this, but to pull it off you have to have energy recharger a lot in substats. Since I don't have, I'm like cooked. You can go to like this easily, and it's like it fixes a lot for you in this situation, because she acts as battery and this is helps, but it only works when she's like great damage. If she's C0, maybe you have to add this one and insane damage incoming because you cycled. And it works like any duo for me, because I can't put any character here except this, because it's spectral damage, double spectral resistance, spectral enemies. Then this one was, you will be surprised, but it's Galbrena team again. So basically like this. All videos are on my account, on my YouTube channel. Basically this duo will work. Absolutely easy. Carlotta cannot work here unless you do him something. And also was team also recorded. This was the team. Cannot do duo, but full team will work. So it worked here, basically like this. And here, because of their resistance, we're like forced to use full team, which for your case can be this. It will destroy it, especially if you have shopkeeper, but you have to have some sort of resonance chains. If you happen to don't have, then we basically dealt Galbrena team once again, and we did it no damage run with duos like this. But if you want to be certain, you can go like this, and it will absolutely destroy this floor. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. Or absolutely the hardest thing we did so far, this one basically. He has to be damage dealer, or easier this. It's easier. It's all for today, basically. One big video that tries to explain what echoes you have, basically try to chase decent substats instead of high crit damage rolls. And that's all. Thank you, bye bye.